MJ, and welcome back to WBNN Channel 9 News. I'm Bryn.
And I'm Molly. Today is January 16th, National Appreciate a Dragon Day.
Wilson County Teen Court is in the process of recruiting new volunteers. If you're interested in learning more about the program, please see guidance.
Seniors, there will be a mandatory Tennessee Promise meeting on Tuesday, January 20th at 5:30 in the cafeteria. Also, if you would like to be in the graduation video in the senior goodbye segment, please sign up outside of the BNN room.
See Mr. Elwell in A147 if you are interested in playing tennis for the upcoming 2015 season.
Mu Alpha Theta will have a guest speaker in the field of accounting at the meeting on Wednesday, January 21st at 7:30 a.m. in room C113. All students are invited to attend.
Now here's our weather.
Hey MJ, I'm Lexi and I'm here with your 3-day forecast. Today we'll have a high of 48 and a low of 32. Saturday there will be a high of 54 and a low of 37. And on Sunday there will be a high of 50 and a low of 32. I'm Lexi Bates and that was your weather.
There will be a short meeting for any All-State choir members or All-State alternatives today at 310 in the choir room. All members must be there to get important documentation.
On Monday, our nation honors Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. There will be several services in our area honoring him, so be sure to check your local listings to attend.
Sophomores, juniors, and seniors, the ASVAB test will be given at MJHS on January 22nd. Stop by guidance to sign up. There is no charge to take the test.
And now here's our sports.
Hey MJ, I'm Aaron here with your sports news. Don't forget that Conference Championship Sunday is near. It all kicks off with the Green Bay Packers playing against the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle starting at 2:05 and the Indianapolis Colts playing against the New England Patriots in New England. The game will start at 5:40. Be sure to tune in and see who will take it to the play in the National Football League Super Bowl 49. And for our local sports, remember that tonight we play against one of our rivals, Lebanon High School. We will be playing at Lebanon and the game starts at 6:30 for the girls and the boys will play right after. The theme for the game will be camo. Be sure to come out and support our Bears and our Lady Bears in your best camo outfit. I'm Aaron and that was your sports news.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day is a national holiday that honors the leader of the modern civil rights movement in the United States. King was a Baptist minister from Georgia who in the 1950s and 1960s became an outspoken critic of racial segregation, the separation of black and white Americans in schools and other public institutions. King used nonviolent methods to draw attention to the mistreatment of African Americans. His boycotts and marches helped bring about the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which made it illegal to discriminate by denying fair employment or public services. That year, King received the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts. He was assassinated on April 4th of 1968. 4 days later, John Conyers introduced a bill for a national Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, but it did not become law. For 15 years, the numerous groups and individuals pushed congressmen to pass MLK Day legislation. Finally, in 1983, President Ronald Reagan signed a law making the third Monday in January Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia in 1929. Faith was always an important part of daily life, as both his father and grandfather were Baptist ministers. He thrived at a segregated high school, graduating at 15, before heading off to Morehouse College. He then dedicated 3 years to theological study at Crozier Seminary in Pennsylvania. While earning his graduate degree at Boston University, he met Coretta Scott, who he would marry and have 4 children with. King and his family settled in Montgomery, Alabama, when he became the 20th pastor of the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. When Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to relinquish her seat to a white man on a Montgomery City bus in 1955, the incident lit a fire under the burgeoning civil rights movement.
His boycott of the bus system in Montgomery, Alabama was tremendously successful because he was incredibly strategic and he worked with other people to get the individuals in Montgomery, Alabama to understand that they weren't going to take it anymore.
King's experience, passion for the cause, and position in the community gave him the credentials to become a leader in the 381-day boycott of the city buses. On December 20th, 1956, the Supreme Court ruled segregated buses to be unconstitutional. This was a major victory for the civil rights cause and proved King's nonviolent methods of protest could yield results. King was now the national face of the civil rights cause. He was jailed over 20 times, was once stabbed in the chest, His house was bombed, and he suffered relentless personal attacks on himself and his family. For a man of peaceful intentions, he unfortunately spent much of his life the target of violent intent. Yet the threats never stopped him.
Dr. King inspired thousands of people through his eloquence and through his fearlessness, especially after his home was firebombed with his wife and his children. They showed through their courage that they were prepared to give their lives to the cause of freedom.
King worked tirelessly to promote the cause he so strongly believed in. And from 1957 through 1968, he traveled over 6 million miles, delivered 2,500 speeches, wrote 5 books, and dozens of articles. His hard work and ability to communicate earned him such respect that he earned the ear of President John F. Kennedy, who personally met with King. Of all the speeches King delivered, none has stood the test of time like his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. Symbolically delivered from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in 1963, in front of 250,000 people, both black and white. King had become such a force in America that he was named Time Magazine's Man of the Year in 1963. A nice achievement indeed, but it paled in comparison when in 1964 he became the youngest man ever to win the Nobel Peace Prize.
Martin Luther King Jr. was an American. He was deeply American. And what's striking to me is that he had more confidence and faith in American democracy, in the Constitution, and in the principles of fairness and opportunity than nearly all of his critics.
While in Memphis to lead a protest march defending the rights of striking garbage workers in April of 1968, King delivered a rousing speech titled, "I've Been to the Mountaintop." It would be his last. Standing on the balcony of his second-floor room at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, King was shot and killed. In 1983, Ronald Reagan signed a proclamation declaring the third Monday of every January Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a public holiday to celebrate the man and what he stood for.
Hi, I'm Mount Juliet. I'm Lacey, your student body president.
And I'm Connor, your senior class president. As many of you know, next week is coming home week, meaning we will be having several dress-down days.
But just so everything can go as smoothly as possible, we're here with a couple of guidelines.
Wednesday is going to be Generation Day, meaning that juniors and seniors will dress like senior citizens.
And sophomores and freshmen will dress like toddlers.
But for you underclassmen, you will not be allowed to wear diapers or anything revealing.
And upperclassmen, no one will be allowed to wear any hats, masks, or face paint that will help you portray as old.
And Thursday is going to be Wacky Tacky Day, and this one explains itself.
Dress your goofiest, but no face paint or anything revealing.
And finally, Friday is going to be our Spirit Day. We invite you all to wear your black and gold.
This just in. Do you like to help others, work in the community, and work for a common goal? The Interact Club is for you. It will begin meeting on Monday, January 26th in room B119 after school. Mrs. Scott and Mrs. Grossman are working very closely with the Rotary Club for this service-based club. Community service hours are available as part of membership in the club. Please see Mrs. Scott in room B119 or Mrs. Grossman in room A175 for more information.
Mount Juliet Theater Department will present Grease the Musical tonight and tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Honors Chem 1 tutoring will be available Tuesday and Thursday in room C126 from 3:10 to 3:50 and Wednesday in room C128 from 3:10 to 3:50.
ACT prep information is available in the guidance office.
If you're taking the ACT, come to C108 every Wednesday and Thursday for free ACT tips and tricks.
Students must turn an excuse note to be excused for an absence. Any unexcused absences in a class will result in the student having to take exams at the end of the semester.
Free after-school math tutoring is available in room C110 Monday through Thursday until 4.
Now here's our word of the day.
Impeccable. Not impeccable.
Impeccable. This isn't impeccable at all. Impeccable.
Not impeccable. Impeccable. Not impeccable.
Impeccable. Not impeccable.
Thank you for watching WBNN Channel 9 News. I'm Bryn.
And I'm Molly.
Have a great day,
MJ.